Hi, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Ricarlos Caldwell, the commander of the 2nd Squadron, 15th Cavalry Regiment, the 194th Armour Brigade, and this is why I serve. So my commissioning option is I graduated from Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the Army ROTC program. My family has a long history in the military. My mother and fathers were World War II veterans. My mother and father's brothers were all Vietnam vets, and both my parents served in the Air Force. So service has always been something that's been in my family. It's something that I've always wanted to do. It's something that has always been a calling of mine since I was a child. I initially branched Armour. It was my first choice. So when I went, it was the Basic Officers Course, AOBC, and it was at Fort Knox, Kentucky. When I went, it was an eye-opening experience. Even though I'm a child of dual military parents, and I did 4 years of ROTC, the actual immersion that took place once I made it to Fort Knox was eye-opening. It was an enjoyable experience as an individual that loves to learn and was highly motivated to join the Armour community, specifically the cavalry. Every day was exciting for me. It was learning something new, but more importantly, it was one step closer to being closer to those that I admire as a child. Staff Sergeant Reuben Rivers from the 761st Tank Battalion, Jackie Robinson from the 761st Tank Battalion, Colonel Charles Young. Those were my heroes growing up, and the fact that I was able to become an Armour officer and continue that legacy has been something that I've strived for my entire career. Leading in an environment that's typically homogeneous, meaning I'm typically, usually at most of my assignments, I'm the only one that looks like me. It has been a challenge for my almost 20 years of military experience. It's been a challenge not because it's been difficult, it's understanding that as a soldier, we're soldiers first, and understanding that while the Army has its own cultures, we all bring a slice of our own culture in. And it's being able to marry those two. When it comes to mentoring soldiers from a diverse background, that's the first thing I'd like to lead in with is, at the end of the day, the Army is a family. We may not always agree in this family, but we're a family. And understanding that bringing your cultural diversity to this organization makes the organization better. It doesn't weaken it. And that's why we need as diverse a population that matches our current society as possible. What I would tell to anybody from a diverse background is that the Army is a meritocracy. Everybody has an opportunity to succeed. It's one of the few places where you are going to be judged on the output of your productivity. If you put out 100%, you will be rewarded 100%. That's what I would tell anybody that is concerned about coming into the military is it is a great place to start your life. And if you're like me, it's a great place to continue as a career. But the Army in general has always been a great avenue to increase one's own capability, whether it's the use of the post 9/11 GI Bill or the Montgomery GI Bill, whether it's the use of tuition assistance. There are so many programs that are available to soldiers that are outside the traditional norm of going to airborne school, going to Ranger school, any of those great functional schools. We also have the ability to get certifications. We also have the ability to increase our educational capability, which is also a benefit to the Army. I, for example, have both my master's and my PhD. All were paid for through programs in the Army. And I will say that it is not something to be feared. It is a challenge to be embraced because it is going to be difficult. But I personally believe that adversity breeds excellence. And if you're challenged, you're going to try that much harder to succeed.